Greetings and salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and I have 2 weeks worth of books to talk about this week. And just to start right off the bat, there will be spoilers on some of these books. I did have an opportunity to finally read some comics, so there's going to be a lot that I'm not going to talk about. We've got variant covers, we've got facsimile editions, but there's a few books here that I do want to talk about, one or two in particular. So let's just jump into it, all right? Let's just jump into it. So these are the books that I got last week, all right? So last week I picked up Godzilla Rivals, Mechagodzilla vs. King Ghidorah. I believe this is cover A. No, this is cover B. It's all right. It's a great cover. This is out of the two covers that they did. This is the one that I like the most, and an interesting story. Sort of taking place, back in time and setting up an early version of Mechagodzilla. I'm not gonna say that this takes place in the main timeline because it just seems kind of weird. But there's that cover, and a really cool cover. All right, that's pretty much all I can say about that. The next one I do want to talk about a little bit more. Petra, number 2 of 4, with art by Skottie Young. Really different art style by Skottie Young, and really, really good book. This one here, you get a good twist in. It's only 4 issues, but we already got issue 1. Introduce a really neat idea of, a psycho killer and something about a little girl running from him with a mask that keeps appearing even though she takes it off, and a knife that she keeps throwing away keeps reappearing. And then in this issue here, you find out a little bit more about her and what her situation is. That I don't want to give away. I don't want to give away what her secret is, but man, I didn't really see it coming. I had questions as I was reading it. I had questions about it as to what the heck was going on and why are things seemingly playing out the way they're playing out. But when you get to the secret, really good. I cannot wait. I was actually going to just buy the trade for this, but as good as this is, as well written as this book is, there's no way I'm going to be able to wait for the trade. I may still pick up the trade if it's got a really cool cover, but Petra from Dark Horse Comics, we're only 2 issues in. That's a great series. If you're looking for sort of a different kind of horror story with just unique art and really really good writing, I would recommend Petra easily. This one here I just picked up. I think this is written by Mark Waid. Mark Waid was one of my least favorite people in comics, but I do like this cover because I am a big fan of old school stuff, and when you bring back the DC logo, the original, that's not the original, don't get me wrong, it's not the original, but this is the most iconic DC Comics logo that they've used. This is one that they were using when I got into comic books back in 1990, and they used it up until when I New 52 or something like that, when they decided to screw everything up and change it all. But I had to grab this cover. This one, it may not actually go into my collection. I haven't decided yet. I kind of want to put this in a frame and hang it up on the wall because I just love this logo, and I'm so glad DC brought it back. And now if Marvel could do the same thing and bring back their iconic Marvel Comics logo that they're using in the 80s and 90s, that would be super, super awesome. One sec. All right, and to continue, I had a phone call there, and whenever I take a phone call, it was from my wife, so I had to take it, so it kind of cut off the video, so I had to restart it again. So that's why we have this little cut here, and let us go through the books that I picked up this week. Starting with another facsimile edition. This one's from DC Comics. We have Batman number 237. Done sort of on more of a newsprint paper because it's a thicker book, but it feels really, really light, and I like that. I wish they would do these reprints on this kind of paper more. Hopefully to get the price lower. This is $4.99. That's 48 pages though, but great cover. I love it. Speaking of great covers, and also longest title I have on my pull list right now, at least for another month, is Godzilla Here There Be Dragons 2 Son of Dragons, number 4 of 5, with a really awesome Rodan cover. I love this Rodan cover. Have not had a chance to read this book yet. Looking forward to it. The last issue was really, really good. And then we're going to Image Skybound right now with some Transformers goodness, starting with some second prints. Now, this is a second print of issue 8 that came out this week, and as far as I know, there is no second print for issue 7. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the description below, because it seems to me they did not do these Autobot and Decepticon second prints for issue 7. But for issue 8, we got Ultra Magnus, which is a really sweet cover. I love that one. And then this one I actually like more than that one because I like this character more. This is Astro Train on the Decepticon cover. I love that cover a lot. So there's that. And then the last book I picked up this week, let me move this over a little bit. So the last book I picked up this week, Transformers number 13, with a very cool Starscream cover. This gives sort of an origin of Starscream. Basically, not so much his whole life, but just the point where he goes from being a non-committed Cybertronian in the Autobot Decepticon War to making the choice to become a Decepticon. It shows you everything that led up to that. The only thing that's kind of weird is his personality is extremely different. So over the centuries of him being a Decepticon, he went from being a peaceful pacifist scientist to more of a conniving, backstabbing individual that we know and love today. So great story. Awesome art as always, and an Omega Supreme 2-page spread that is off the scale awesome. It really shows how big these Guardian robots are. The only thing that was kind of confusing to me, though, is that before you see Omega Supreme, they keep referring to Omega Supreme as they and as them, as if there's more than one of them. And I was like, okay, well, where's the rest of them? But there's just the one. There's just the one Guardian robot. So it kind of makes me wonder if maybe there's another Cybertronian that actually controls the Guardian robots, that since they're so big that they have to have somebody to control them. I don't know. I'm hoping that that's not the case, and they're not doing this this pronoun crap, because that really doesn't belong in a Transformers comic book, in my opinion. I don't want that. But be that as it may, this one here, another great story, really showing a little bit of Starscream's background. Awesome Starscream cover, and again, that Omega Supreme 2-page spread is awesome. I absolutely loved it. So, but that is it. Other than that, I've got my facsimile edition cover here for Amazing Spider-Man, and it seems like I had that one up already, but I could be wrong because it was still in the package. And I am so close to being done with all my posters, and I get a chance to sort of recycle them a little bit. I've got 2 more to go. I don't think I have any more on order. Doesn't mean that that's true. I probably do have like 7 or 8 more on order that are coming in the next couple of months. But with it being Halloween, I do have a poster, one of my son's posters. I want to put that up and have that up for a week or so. I think he would really like to see that. And so maybe next week or the week after, there'll be a poster up here that is not a comic book poster. It'll be up there before Halloween. And that's it. That's all I got. So next week, I will have a new weekly haul, weekly review video, provided I get enough comics. Right now, it doesn't look like I'm going to be getting a whole lot. Now, if I don't get a whole lot, and I know I've done this before, where if I don't get a whole lot of books, maybe like 2 or 3 or 4 books in a week, and there's facsimile editions, there's variant covers involved, so there's actually only one new real book that I can read, I'll hold off on it and do it the following week and do 2 weeks worth of books. So I may end up doing that again. That's what I did this time, and I may end up doing it next time. I don't want to go to a bi-weekly schedule on my videos. I want to keep them going weekly, but if I don't have enough comic book stuff to talk about, there's really no point in doing a short video just to talk about 1 or 2 new comic books every week. So unless that's what you guys want. Otherwise, I'm just going to go to a bi-weekly schedule when necessary. But that said, I hope everybody had a great new comic book day this week and last week as well. As I like to say, there's a lot of awesome books coming out, some amazing creators, awesome writers, awesome artists, and while I only have a small section of that, I hope everybody's enjoying the books that they're getting, and they get a lovely, larger selection of what I get. And yeah, that's it. I will see everybody hopefully next week, if not the week following, and bye, I guess. That's all I got. See ya.